Hey guys, I'm here to talk about silly bands today. Yes, silly bands. These would be them. They're just little, thin, tiny, elastic bands that you can wear as a bracelet. Woo! And then they go back to their original shape if you untangle them. Alright, anyhow. See? How do these things get to be so famous? Well, that's hard to answer. They basically were just spread by word of mouth. They were first developed after the creator, Mr. Croak, went to Japan for a conference and saw vendors selling little tiny animal-shaped elastic bands. Now he took that idea, came back to America, and started making them thinner, smaller, and of different colors and shapes and different things. Now, these were generally supposed to be marketed to teenagers, tweens, and for anybody else looking just for a cheap gift or just something to trade with, right? Well, they exploded in the tween population all the way from ages 5 to 13, exploded with these things. Like, the kids were selling them and trading them and buying them. Like, it became insanity. It got so bad the schools had to start banning them, because kids would be so distracted by the fact that another kid had a silly band that they wanted. Another reason why these things may become famous is because they're what's known as a fidget toy. Well, that's what I would call it, at least. It's something that you can fidget with, like I'm doing, sitting here just playing with it. It's something that you can do, and you can just wear it on your wrist during class or whatever, and just fidget with it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. It's a fidget toy, and people love having things to fidget with. You can't fidget with much else. If I'm just sitting here, can't fidget with my shirt, can't fidget with my own fingers. Like, fidget with this thing, alright? Anyhow, they became, but they mainly became massively famous after he put them into a couple different stores and started having them manufactured, and kids saw them, wanted them, and then more kids wanted them, so they kept going to stores to buy them, and they wouldn't have any, so he started making more and selling them to bigger stores. Now, the company itself has a bunch of different runoffs. Now it's called the Silly Brands. It makes silly bands and rad bands, which have, like, I don't have any, unfortunately. But they have, like, Epic Fail or Drama Queen and Thick Wristbands or I Hurt Boobies. They make those, too. There's those. The Silly Brands company also recently came up with a slap watch, the slap bracelets that used to exist. They have one of those, but it's a watch now. But yeah, they mainly just became famous because kids wanted them and thought they were interesting, and they still cost you an arm and a leg to buy, and they're just little pieces of plastic that break way obscenely easily. See, like, look at this. What's this even supposed to be? Nothing, right? They've become massive though. They've been endorsed by different celebrities. There's ones of Justin Bieber. There's ones of Kim Kardashian. Like, the list is extensive as to who's done what with them, who's endorsed them, who's part of them. There's boy ones and there's girl ones. There's a rock band one. There's, like, zoo animals. There's the under the water theme. And the big thing about the company is that they generally design the silly bands off of different ideas that kids come up with and from fan letters. Back before the Deep Sea pack was released, some of the kids were asking if they could make a narwhal silly band, and I tied it in a knot. Kids were asking if they could make a narwhal silly band, and as they read through these letters, there was a lot of people requesting a narwhal, so they started making different sea animals, and narwhals included, and they released that pack, and that pack went boom! Extremely famous! Dun dun dun! But yeah, that's basically the only thing I've seen. I personally don't like them. These aren't even mine. This is what I get for having a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old sister, is I have these things everywhere. Everywhere, woo! So yeah, long story short, they just became famous from the guy putting them in stores and people buying them. And wanting more, and then buying more, and then wanting more, and then buying more, and wanting more, and buying more, wanting more, and buying more, wanting more, and buying more! Spending money on things you don't need! Yeah. Basically, that's all I have for you. Alright, thank you, have a good day. Hope this has been enlightening about how useless these things are in your life.